My name is Michael Abrahams, and I'm the proud father of 3 children. My daughter Alia, who is 21, and my sons Zachary, who is 15, and Zane, who is 9. Being a father has changed my life in many, many ways. One thing for sure is that it has changed my priorities. When I became a dad, certain things that were very important became less important, and other things became way more important to me. It has changed my perspective. It has also changed my attitude to even other kids, because I realize how vulnerable they are and how much they need love and affirmation and nurturing. All right, so balancing work and spending time with my kids now. I've had to do that, and what I do is I go very hard at work, extremely hard, but once I leave work, that's it. That's my family time. And it's interesting you should ask me that question now, because just an hour ago, a patient of mine asked me to look after her niece who is pregnant. And I declined. I told her that I can't really take that on now, because the more antenatal or pregnant patients I have, is the more it interferes with my family time. And what I've had to do is limit my obstetric population to patients I have looked after in the past. So I don't take new obstetric patients. And the main reason is because I want to spend more time with my kids. So my daughter is from a previous marriage, and my 2 sons are with my present marriage. And one of the main reasons why it has worked out so well is because I made a good decision in choosing a wife. I made a great decision. I'm proud of myself. I made a good decision. I can't say the same for her. But I made a good decision, okay? And every now and then we hear these stepmother horror stories. And one day my daughter said to me, Auntie Gail, she calls my wife Auntie Gail. She says, Daddy, Auntie Gail is the kindest person I've ever met. And that means a lot. So having a good, supportive and loving partner, and she's an excellent mom. She has very strong maternal instincts, and I think I owe a lot of that to her. Some days I feel like I'm a really good dad, and some days I feel like I'm a failure. But we learn from our mistakes, and I've learned going along that kids are different. There are gender differences, and then each child has his or her own personality. So I've learned that in order to motivate my kids, I have to use different techniques with different kids, or even in disciplining them, the different techniques, because there are 3 different kids with 3 very different personalities. So it's a learning process. One of my biggest challenges as a dad is to balance being, not being too strict or being too permissive. And it's a very, very delicate balance. It's very delicate, because even sometimes when I look at how I've dealt with certain situations, I look back and think, man, I was a bit too harsh. And then sometimes I look back and say, man, I was a slacker. I let that go, and I should have been firmer. So to find that balance, I find that to be a challenge at times, because you don't want to be too strict, and you don't want your kids to be afraid of you. But then you don't want to be too soft and they take you for idiot and you're like a dibby something. You want to find that balance where they can come to you with anything. I don't want my kids to be afraid to ask me or tell me anything. I think my greatest strength as a father is that I'm a very loving father. I'm very loving, I'm very affectionate, and I affirm my kids a whole lot. And that helps, I've made time with my kids a priority. Best part about being a dad, just the love that my kids bring out in me, the love and the joy they bring out in me. They give me something to live for, definitely. So, for example, when I'm at work, I have something to look forward to at the end of the day, interacting with my kids and my wife as well, my family. That's everything. So that's probably the best part. Even thinking about it makes me smile. So when you ask me about my kids, I will smile. What I would tell dads, from my own experience and from even the research and the data is to just be present, not just physically present, but emotionally present as well. Because some of us are present, but we don't interact enough with our kids. Some of us provide financially, but we're not there emotionally. So it's important to spend time with your kids, to play with your kids, and to be present for important events such as prize giving, sports day, etc. And it's very important to tell your kids that you love them and to show it, to show physical affection, to hug your kids. is very important, extremely important.